What's cracking, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. New video. This is a late video, guys. I just saw the feds, the DEA, they just moved on MacArthur Park in LA. I just listened to the press conference and I said, you know what? I'm going to do a video on this. Nobody wants drugs in their community. Nobody wants to see their loved ones get addicted to anything, right? But what has been happening in California the last few years, giving people syringes and out here in California, there's been a push to be okay. It seems like there's been a push to be okay with people that have substance abuse issues. Enabling people with that type of disease, it makes no sense. And I'm not for lock up the addicts. No. If anything, get them help. Money should have been poured into helping these people try to get off of drugs than money being put into supplying them with things to enable their habit. Now, the feds, the DA, they don't just hear something and the next day they're moving. I mean, if it's something super important, they probably do, but they already hit I think it was in March they hit 18. And then now they're over here in MacArthur Park. The feds take their time, build a case, make sure they got everybody. They created an environment. And people will say, no, the gang members created it. MacArthur Park has been known for a very long time. There could have been more police, more patrols, bike patrol, whatever. There could have been a lot of things done to clean up that area because LA has gentrified a lot of different areas that were once pretty rugged. But it was like they herded all these people into one spot. And then they wonder why things are dangerous and people were passing away. And so now, according to the press conference, these guys that they picked up, men and women, that they picked up today, during the news conference, he said some are looking to at 10 to life or more based on the amount of substances they were caught with. Man, I know guys in prison. I was in prison with guys that had that same amount of time. The number in front of a life sentence actually doesn't matter. You know, I knew guys that were in there for 7 to life for taking a life, 20 to life for taking a life, 10 to life. Again, the number in front of the L, the life sentence, doesn't matter. For people to get 10 to life and not have a body, I just feel like something needs to be overhauled. Some things need to be reworked. There are kids that are growing up in MacArthur Park area that saw these dudes with flashy cars, saw these guys with tattoos, whatever it was that piqued the curiosity in those kids' heads, in their minds. I remember when I was a kid, we didn't have the internet. We only knew what was outside our front door. And I came from a very violent and dysfunctional criminal home. Them gangsters that were outside, that was Superman, that was Batman. Like, those were the superheroes. They'd stand up to the cops. They did whatever they wanted. And even with these kids having the internet now, these kids in MacArthur Park were still seeing something fascinating. Something that was allowed by the local government. Again, nobody wants drugs in their neighborhood. Nobody wants drugs being sold around their children. Nobody wants their children to come up seeing people overdosing and passing away. The ugliness of that type of environment. And some of these people that were living in that area, they couldn't afford anything else. So they stayed and hoped that their children wouldn't be fascinated. But for years, not only were they fascinated, but they got involved as they grew. So these people are going to get 10 to life. And these cops that have been patrolling that same neighborhood, that maybe assisted the feds today, they're going to get a pat on the back. They're going to get a handshake. Good job, man. We did that. Why didn't you do that 10 years ago? And maybe some of these people that you picked up today that are going to get a life sentence, maybe they would have had a different outlook on life and they wouldn't have chose that path. Look, at the end of the day, we are all responsible for our own decisions. I believe that. We are not a product of our environment. We're a product of our decisions. But when we have people purposely allowing things to go down, the cops knew everything. I can't say everything. The cops knew what was going on in the area. Nobody pushed hard enough to clean it up. And now I think tonight they said they got 25 people, I think it was. So 25 people that may get life sentences. Maybe not all 25 will. But they're going to go do time. They're going to go do time, deservedly so. Because they made decisions. But the local and state government made decisions that enabled a lot of this stuff. And I think it's only right that everybody be held accountable. And I'm not saying that local politicians and local law enforcement, whatever, lose their jobs. I'm saying, how about we come up with a better way? A better way to help these communities. There's going to be people going away for a very long time doing what they grew up watching other people do. That's my video for today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Everybody, please be safe, be smart, and tell the ones you love that you love them, man. I'm out of here.